All right, guys. Guan Acui is the one on the left. Of course, on the right, you know, Zhang Weili. So this was a kickboxing match she did. And you would think Weili, being so formidable, would take this. This is 2017. But watch. And this is why we titled this way. When I first found this match back in the day, I didn't know how to really phrase it. But watch how Guan Acui fights. Look at that. Look at that. This is kind of maybe how you would associate how Bruce Lee would have fought in the ring. That's why people in China call her the female Bruce Lee. So she's Sanda-style. Look at that sidekick. It's just different. Also, guys, it's not like in a lot of American or non-Chinese paradigms where if she's left-handed, she fights southpaw, okay? A lot of these systems, they fight southpaw even if you're right-handed. So that's something I wanted to make sure you guys know. She's very likely right-handed, but there's an advantage to having your lead side be also your dominant side. So very good angle off. She hooked and angled off. Again, remember, her right side is very likely her dominant side. She is not left-handed like a lot of southpaw fighters. So Weili's having a little trouble right now closing the distance. As you can see, our female Bruce Lee, aka Guan Acui, see, she has amazing distance management. She's also, look at that, the smaller girl. Wow, the explosiveness of this. So she, as of 2013, is not fighting anymore. She quit while she was ahead. Weili can take a lot of punishment. We know that from her future MMA fights. But as of now, look at that. She stepped in, cut off Weili's stepping on her left side and had a 1-2. So what we can learn from Guan Acui, aka female Bruce Lee, is distance management is so important. Look at that. Weili, I don't think has landed one clean shot on Acui yet. And also notice her hands aren't exactly at her face, right? I think Bruce Lee probably would have had one hand down. Oh, almost. Even when she got her leg caught, she still works the angles. So shout out Kunlun Fight. I'm still trying to get in touch with them, by the way. I've texted them, I've tweeted them, I've emailed them. So far, haven't had the right contact person, but I definitely want to get in touch with them. Notice Acui consistently paying attention to where Weili's lead foot is, but her angles are legendary. I think out of all Sanda fighters, she's got the best angle that I've seen so far. She's not completely always bladed either, notice, right? She shifts her stance to more square when needed. So that's something I noticed this time. See, look at that. She's a little bit more square now. Ooh, she finally ate a clean hit from Weili. Ooh, let's see how she survives now that she got hit. Ooh, a good little hook. So that was the first round. First round definitely goes to Acui. I don't think Weili's ever faced someone this formidable. So we're going to jump to the second round. Okay, second round. Acui still has this really cool style. What do you call it? A long guard in Muay Thai? So, oh, look at that Sanda sidekick. Right, their sidekick's like a mix of a jab and something more deadly, right? Oh, look at that, man. Weili has no idea how to deal with that. Oh, my God. Okay, so this round, Weili's going in with the boxing, and she clipped Acui pretty hard that time. So Acui needs to adapt. See, Weili's anticipating her angles. Did you notice that? Weili's anticipating that she's moving to her right side. Acui's moving to her right side. So Weili had the punches ready. Acui doesn't show an ounce of fear. Now Acui, she's moving to the other side of Weili. Look at that. That roundhouse kick wasn't clean, but Weili acknowledged it. Geez, that she's got this like step in cross, almost like a Superman punch. Oh, man. Weili's doing the right thing, which is I gotta negate her explosiveness, right? Weili needs to dictate the pace of this fight, but Acui's got the angles ready. So this round definitely more competitive. Weili's figured out Acui a little, but Acui's also adapted. Ooh, see? So Acui also got hit again. Okay, she's trying her roundhouse kick her left roundhouse kick. Interesting. I think Bruce Lee would have fought southpaw too, right? Bruce Lee, his dominant was also his right side, but he would have had his right side facing closer to... Oh, Acui timed that correctly. Weili does the double spin kick, so Weili timed and went in for the second spin kick and negated that. So a little bit of clinch fighting. Edge goes to Weili in this. So if I were Acui, I would not clinch fight Weili. This second round, I would even argue, second round goes to Acui. See, oh, look at that. Acui throwing the side kick at her face. Ooh, good head movement by Acui. I like that Acui always has a smile. She got a cutie smile. Look at that. You see that? She's breathing through her mouth, though, so she's definitely getting a little tired. Somehow she's making that hands down work. Wow, that head movement. She dodged a major punch by... See, she always has her head off center line when she strikes. I don't know who her Sanda coach is, but this Sanda coach did a good job. Uh-oh. Weili doesn't have as good head movement, so... See, Weili's thinking about... Okay, we'll see what happens in the third round. Weili was thinking about cutting off Acui's right lead foot, but... when she started thinking about that, it was already the end of the round. Okay, third round. So, Acui bouncing a little bit. Oh, Acui found her angles again. Found her. Oof. So, she's thinking about using that side kick basically as a jab to set up for other punches. Oh, okay. Countering when Weili throws the roundhouse kick. Wow. Look at that. So, Weili has a formidable roundhouse kick, so Acui's taking almost like the Dutch kickboxing strategy. Okay, I'll let her get the roundhouse kick on me if I can get 3 punches on her face. Look at that. So, if I were Weili, I would think, and same with Acui, that it's probably 1-1 right now, right? So... I would expect them to go a little bit more hard. Acui still has her hands down. I guess she hasn't eaten too many punches from Weili. So that sidekick also is really good at distance management. So I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's the... So, again, wow, that sidekick. I think Weili kind of slipped too, but look at that hand. Okay, yeah, she's flicking that jab up a little bit. That hand being low, you better have good angles, good head movement, which we've established that Acui has, right? It's so rare to see someone fight like this, and because it takes so much reaction time, so much muscle memory, right? That's why your hands being close to your temples or chin is usually the right approach, because you can't anticipate that once the blows start coming, you're going to be able to react very quickly. So Acui, again, not doing too well in the clinch. So if I were Weili's team, I would tell her, look, really, really try to clinch her, man. Because obviously at the distance, the kicking distance, Weili is losing, which is crazy. Weili's bigger too. Look at that. Like, Acui is just completely negating Weili's reach. And I think this sidekick type of jab that she's doing, it extends your legs even more than if you were throwing a front kick or a teep. That's why Acui can do this. Look at that. She can also switch the angle of her side kick in a way that the front push kick, the teep, the Maigari can't do. So, see that? Look at that. Weili actually need her in the clinch. You see that? That hurt Acui. That hurt Acui a lot. So, look at that. See, Acui, see that? Acui's still a little dazed. See that? There, man. Weili, her roundhouse kick to spin kick combo that works a lot is not working this round, but it's too muscle memory for Weili. See, Acui anticipated that knee. So this was close, man. The first round decidedly goes to Acui. Second round goes to Weili. But honestly, third round was too close to call. So just to spoil this, this goes to Acui. But they probably, I think, should have done a fourth or a fifth round, because I think Weili was starting to figure out Acui, man. Of course, if you look at the damage, Weili, of course, took more damage. So just from the looks of it, just by 3 rounds, it probably would have looked to the judges that Weili was losing. But I think, just from analyzing this a second time, Weili was actually on the upswing in the 3rd round. So yeah, this is definitely going to go to Acui, but the honest truth is that if they kept going, I think Weili probably would have won. I'm just going to say it. Not because I'm biased and we all know Weili's amazing, but just because the tide of the fight was in a way where I think Acui was starting to get figured out and she didn't have anything new against Weili. But still, I mean, female Bruce Lee, I think she lives up to this, man. The reaction time, the side kicks, the combos, the footwork, that's everything that I would say Bruce Lee would have done very well if he kept training, if he were still alive. So there we go. Good job, Acui. We got 2 more for you guys. This channel that it's on, it stopped uploading a few years ago, and we just don't know what's going on. So if anyone from the Kunlun fight, Kunlun Jue, if you guys can contact me, love to help you with your channel. Love to keep spreading the word. Whatever you guys need, man. I try to get in touch with these guys on Twitter, but they didn't seem to be able to understand my English. 昆仑决的朋友随时联系我，我帮你们，帮你们英文解说，帮你们宣传，帮你们管理油管账号都行，随时联系我。And she's look at that sidekick again. She's taking on a Brazilian fighter. So, oh wow, the Brazilian fighter's chopping at Acui's legs. Very good. So, but look at that angle off, man. Whoever trained her all these angles, I want to learn because I don't have too many ankles. So look at Acui. Again, using her southpaw advantage, she angles a lot. And if she angles in a way where you're angling to the opponent's left side, aka she's circling to her right side after a combo. So I noticed that at least twice already. But again, that amazing sidekick that Bruce Lee made famous, Acui is beyond paying tribute to Bruce Lee. Look at that. Even the crosses are landing. And then she ended that with a hook. This Brazilian kickboxer, look at that. She's even moving back too much just because of a hook. So she's very, very scared. And the one thing that has worked is the kick to Acui's lead leg, but she hasn't been throwing that too much. When she connected once or twice, she threw a right roundhouse kick to Acui's right lead leg thigh, but I don't know where that left. You see, look, notice the distance, right? Her left, as in Brazilian fighter's left lead leg, could totally roundhouse kick Acui's right thigh, but I don't know why she isn't doing that. But if Acui's always using that right leg as a sidekick, maybe you don't think about lead kicking her lead kick, but whatever. Oh, this is not good, man. She's throwing her teep, right? She's throwing her push kick at Acui, but Acui got way more reach with her sidekick version of that, like, stabby type of kick. This is crazy. So, great little slight trip by Acui. Look at that. She's so frustrated. Oh, Acui connects again with her cross. Look at that. The sidekick lands again. Notice where Acui goes, right? Notice how she circles out. This is amazing studying in how to be an effective kickboxer, especially as a southpaw. And also, I guess, oh, okay. Our Brazilian girl is thinking about even switching to southpaw. She's like, hey, ref, stop this. See, look at that. She switched to southpaw or a little bit. She doesn't know what to do now. Acui definitely can feel it. She can feel that our Brazilian girl's very frustrated. Brazilian girl trying again. See, she's trying to lead kick now. She's trying to kick Acui's lead thigh. Finally, second round. Let's see how well our Brazilian girl is going to adapt. Look at Acui. Oh, good. She felt that. The right roundhouse kick connected to Acui's abdomen. She definitely felt that, but that awoken a beast in Acui. Look at that. A little hook and then circle off to her right side. So, Acui's definitely got more snap in her strikes, right? I actually seem to see a little bit more follow-through in Brazilian girl strikes, but she's a lot more slow. So if you're gonna basically clash combos, Acui's gonna get the best of you. So, oh, look at that. Circling to her left side this time. Ooh, little kung fu technique right there. Look at Brazilian girl. Brazilian girl's trying to switch to her right side now. She gives up on being southpaw very quick. Oh, no. Wrong distance for a spin. So it's like, I'll show you. She paid for that, right? Don't do fancy stuff, man. Don't do fancy stuff. Both of them paid for trying to do spin stuff that they didn't practice. So first round, of course, went to Acui. The second round, we noticed from the previous match, if you remember, Weili was able to get Acui in the clinch, right? So if our Brazilian girl has clinch experience or practiced the clinch, she might be able to get Acui in the clinch. Which is interesting because I don't know how much Bruce Lee practiced the clinch, right? I know he trained with some Muay Thai fighters, but how good was he at either anti-clinching or transitioning from clinch range to takedown? I don't know. I mean, he took judo, but I don't know if Acui has a lot of grappling experience. Dude, her check hook is amazing. Angles are so important, guys. Angles are so important. This is the lesson, man. I want to see, I think Acui has only had 3 matches. You know, she quit while she was ahead, right? She's like, the brain needs to be saved for my middle age and adulthood. So she quit basically at her peak, man, which is fine, you know. If people don't want to be professional fighters for 20 years, it's okay, you know, let them. But I do hope Acui coaches, man. She has valuable experience. Like, she's taken on top-tier Sanda people, aka beat Weili. She's taken on a Muay Thai girl. This girl's obviously a Muay Thai girl. That roundhouse kick almost. The timing was slightly off. Acui could have gotten knocked out there. Yeah, the other thing you notice is if you can survive past the first round, Acui definitely slows a little in the second round. We noticed that with her match against Weili too. So if you can survive the second round, take the punishment, then you might be able to start landing some blows on Acui. We've seen this in the Weili round and in this round with this Brazilian fighter. They're preparing for the third round. There are some people that say Acui is Shaolin trained, but I couldn't confirm that. So I don't want to spread that kind of rumor. Acui's definitely slowed down a little. Look at that. The Brazilian girl's playing with mixing up her stance. Oh, she got her with a jab. So another thing we seem to be able to get on Acui is if you lead with your foot and then jab, you might be able to do something. Standard Muay Thai combo, right? So hopefully Acui learns from that. She doesn't get jabbed again. Oh! Uh-oh, do not get in the pocket with Acui. Good circling out by our Brazilian girl. This is a very competitive fight. I like that the Brazilian girl's trying, man. She's trying to adapt, but so far, look at that. The sidekick, I think, has landed, but even more, Acui's hooks, her angled out hooks have landed the most. Like, if we were to count, I think her hooks have landed the most. So, there it is. Stay in the fight, basically. Stay in the fight, and then I haven't been looking at Brazilian girls' footwork, you know, but yeah. Exiting the clinch, Acui got her. Acui took a teep. Yeah. Oh, see that what I'm talking about? Like, look at that. Like, almost every hook upon the exit has connected. Brazilian girl, that's the one thing she does not know how to take. You see that? So, for viewers watching, what could a Brazilian girl done better? Because, look at this. Oh, look at that angle. That was almost like a Lomachenko angle right there. Oh, she got her. Yeah, second round's, or is this third round? Third round's much more competitive, man. But I think the volume of clean strikes, Acui definitely takes it, man. Especially every time she connected with that hook, you knew our girl felt it. Our Brazilian girl felt it. That was a great, using the sidekick as the last strike. Man, this is crazy. Look at AC again. Using that hook to exit the strike, or the exchange is probably the better word. Look at that. Even a cross is hitting. Another cross hits. Yeah, Brazilian girl is now so tired she's telegraphing her strikes, you see? She's telegraphing her strikes. Actually can read it from a mile away. Oh! Ooh! Ow! Ow! Oh, lack of head movement by Brazilian girl. Yeah. This is pretty much over, man. I think Acui's won this. Hands down. Yep, Acui's won this. I'm not even gonna... whatever. Let's see who they give it to. Pretty much who she is. Pretty... Yeah, I went to Acui. Yeah. For those of you who've been with my channel for a long time, you might have noticed that I have covered some of these matches before. Now, why did I recover them? Well, if you remember the original video, I don't think I explained some of what I was trying to say the best. So I wanted to just redo it. Better audio, better mix between being funny and being serious, and just better commentary. So for those of you who saw the original, thank you guys. Thank you guys a lot. But for those of you who first time seeing Guan Acui featured, I hope we get to see her more. So this is also from Kunlun Fight. It would be really crazy if this were the same night. But okay, this fighter is also southpaw. So let's see how Acui deals with a southpaw fighter. Again, that signature sidekick that you associate with Bruce Lee. This southpaw opponent of hers doesn't seem to have... Okay, she's timing her roundhouse kicks to kick at Acui's lead leg. So again, we noticed the Brazilian fighter do that too, right? Obviously, if you're southpaw, your lead leg, the right side of you, can be leg kicked. Oh, great angle, great angle. Again, clinching Acui seems to do the job. Okay, she checked that right roundhouse. Like, ooh, that definitely was felt by the opponent. Look at this bounciness, this bladed stance. Oh, man! What do you think, guys? Do you think she fights better than how Bruce Lee would have fought in the ring, or is she about the same? Or do you think Bruce Lee would have fought better? Ooh, Acui kind of almost telegraphing to our opponent that I want to check your kick again if you try to roundhouse kick me. Oh, roundhouse kick to the face. Left roundhouse kick to the face. We haven't seen too much of that in the previous round, right? Look at Acui. Look at that side kick, man. Oh, my God. Notice how she doesn't telegraph it the way that you would expect it. She launches it directly from raising the knee. This is crazy. I need to figure out how she does it, man. Like, normally when people sidekick, you can kind of read it, right? But her, look at this. It's almost like you think she might be throwing a push kick, and she side kicks it. Look at that. She turned it into a roundhouse kick that time. Oh, my God. That was almost like a hook kick. I think she's my favorite kickboxer, female kickboxer at least, man. I have footage of her practicing this sidekick. She basically proves one of Bruce Lee's sayings, you know, I don't fear the guy that practices a million kicks. I practice the person that kicks one kick a million times. I totally butchered the quote. I'm so sorry, but she proves this. I mean, I don't think anyone knows how to deal with her sidekick. Like, we've got 3 different types of fighters, and none of them know how to deal with her sidekick, man. Look at that. Okay, that was great. If you get her to overcommit, parry her sidekick out of the way, then her whole body is open. I think if this opponent does that more, she might be able to land some strikes on Acui. I just saw that. That was the end of the first round. I hope her corner tells her, look, be slightly out of the range, make her overcommit her right sidekick, and then parry it. I saw her. There was a moment of brilliance there, and then the lead roundhouse kick works too. Oh my goodness, man. Trading combos with Acui is definitely not the answer. Weili tried it, didn't work. The Brazilian girl tried it, didn't work. This girl's trying it, doesn't work. Gotta make her overcommit, man. So I guess the lesson is another hook hitter. The lesson is feint, right? Feint, make her think you're striking, get her to react. Preferably get her to step in with that crazy sidekick. Make sure it doesn't hit you so you can then, because her entire body's sort of open and she's a little off balance, right? That seems to be the way to go. So she checked our, I guess you would call her short hair girl. She checked our short hair girl's roundhouse kick. I'm coffee crashing. Guys, I started drinking coffee again. That's why my commentary is so good. But I'm coffee crashing now. Acui, I think, has learned her distance management is so good. You see how she's out of range of anything that the short hair girl can really do, right? Because she knows how explosive and how reaching her sidekick is. Look at this, man. Female Bruce Lee, guys. Female Bruce Lee. That was a great angle that ended with a cross that totally hit our short-haired girl. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Ooh! Yeah, she's totally outclassed, outmatched, everything. Look at that. Woo! Step inside kick. Landed right at the abdomen area. Look at that. Short-haired girl, unfortunately, telegraphs her roundhouse kicks. Ooh! Acui won in that clinch exchange. So she can't even beat Acui in the clinch. So, yeah. Look at that. Oof, man, this is just brutal. This is brutal because this girl has nothing against Acui. And this is only the second round, man. I don't know if they're going to go to a third round. She's trying. She's trying with her lead foot to cut off Achui's right. Right? She's trying. But, again, Achui's so quick with that sidekick, man. Oh, man, making Bruce Lee proud. I hope I hope Shannon Lee can see this, man. Like, Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's daughter, I hope she can see this and be like, look at this girl. Keeping Bruce Lee's legacy alive way more. I'm just going to say it's going to cause a little bit of controversy, but this girl's keeping Bruce Lee's legacy alive way more than a lot of proclaimed Jeet Kune Do people. If Acui trains some grappling, she's totally doing Jeet Kune Do way better than a lot of the Jeet Kune Do. If you believe in the methodology of Jeet Kune Do, which is take what's useful, discard what's not useful, right? Again, her angled out, you could call it a check hook, but, you know, there's many words for what she does when she hooks, but the key is she has amazing angles when she throws that right hook. And every opponent she's fought, it's connected at a higher percentage than average. Yeah, this girl's fight morale has gone down just like my coffee crash. Like, she does not know how to deal with anything Acui has right now. The one thing she had, which is the lead roundhouse kick to Achui's thigh, Achui's been throwing it back at her. Achui's even doing push kicks with her left side. There's something to be said. Oh, look at that angle. There's something to be said about having your dominant side lead, right? And Achui's proven it. Now, again, guys, I hope if you guys can prove to me that Acui is actually a left-handed dominant person, but she's from this observation, she's not, man. She purposely has her right side, her dominant side leading, and she's making it work dramatically. I think a lot of kung fu styles do that, like Cai Li Fu, they just automatically fight southpaw. You know, there's a method to that, man. If your dominant side can hit the opponent more because it's closer and you use it more, why not, right? You do more damage in the long run. It's just a different type of fight philosophy, and she's making it work. She's chilling now. She's got a minute. Never mind. She's not chilling. Oh. Rob is in the other room laughing. So, Oh, another check hook. And notice, guys, I think she also does not have a reach advantage. So far, the only time she had a reach advantage was when she was fighting the Brazilian girl. Weili definitely had a reach advantage on her, and I think this short-haired girl has a reach advantage on Acui. Acui throwing a roundhouse kick that landed earlier. Look at that, man. Another roundhouse kick that landed. It's interesting. She's inspiring me because when I spar, sometimes I feel like as a southpaw, I actually do better. And, that goes against a lot of methodology. If you're orthodox, you're setting up your power side to launch those strikes, right? But I don't know. Like watching Acui, maybe I should play around more with southpaw. I'm always sparring southpaw people anyways and getting beat up by southpaw people. So maybe I'll just become southpaw, learn from Acui. Right? You emulate the fighters that say something to you because maybe you naturally can move like them. I'm not saying I can move like her, but maybe there's something I can take from her. Look at the head off center line. You see the head off center line? See why it's so important? See that? Head movement. Head off center line. Just standard, man. See head off center line? See that? See that? Angling off. Ooh, you see that? That was the hook that got her because she didn't angle off that time. She lingered. But every time she followed kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, 101, look at this. All the factors are on Acui's side. So without a doubt, Acui's going to take this. Yeah, Acui wins, man. Acui wins. I'm coffee crushing pretty bad. I hope that last match, my commentary was as good as the first two matches. I felt like there was a little lull, but I hope it was totally good. Anyways, guys, I will keep trying to reach out to Kunlun, aka Kunlun Fight. I just know something happened to their big channel because they haven't uploaded in years, and then they have other channels. I don't know why you would let that big channel go. Even if I can just help them get their big channel back, which is what I suspect happened. Maybe they lost the login or something like that. If you guys have any other examples of people that you think emulate Bruce Lee pretty well, guys or girls, send to me. Okay, guys? Fight commentary breakdowns out.